Oh, what is it? I can't remember. Oh, where did I put that? It's on a sticky note. It's on a piece of paper somewhere. Oh, this is so frustrating. Oh, hi, it's Darlene Smith. Sharing is caring, tips of the day during the virus. Hey, do you ever go crazy, sometimes like me, trying to remember passwords? Yes, passwords. How many more can we put in there? I mean, our brain is only, the bucket for passwords is only so big. Sometimes we just go blank, we're on. Just like the wall back here, we're just blank. You know, why does that happen? Why do we not remember all our passwords? Well, back in the olden days, right, it used to be simple. A password could be, say those numbers with me, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or they could be, say those letters, say them with me, A, B, C, D. Those are done. Those are done. Today, we need some kind of system. We need some way to remember those passwords. Otherwise, we're just always going to be on the outside looking in. You need passwords for apps. You need passwords to get into websites. You need passwords for different services that you have. One of my favorite buttons to use, and put down below if it's yours too, favorite buttons. Can you guess what it is? Forgot password. Forgot to put that down below. If sometimes you're like me and you have to push that button. It's one of the most used popular buttons in the world for passwords. What do we do? What kind of systems can we use to remember? Well, we can write them down, and that's okay. Just don't keep the piece of paper next to your computer. That wouldn't make a lot of sense. Sometimes we can disguise them. You know, maybe the passwords is a recipe, or it could be a list of jokes. It could be craft ideas. Disguise them. It's important, though, for security reasons. It's important to make sure they're easy. It's important also to have strength. How many of you put in passwords and always see that word? Weak, right? Well, there's a number of different ways that you can use. Now, technology, you can use some online if you would like. As an example, there's different ways of storing them in KeepPass or LastPass. These are some different apps that you can use as well. I'm sure there's more out there. So put down below what system or how do you keep track of passwords you have now. If it's just writing them down, certain apps. Also, we have Bitwarden and 1Pass. That's a couple more of different apps and things that you can use to store all your passwords. But now they've got a little more complicated. We need to add more to it. So, you know, as an example, we need to have capitals, we need to have letters, we need to have lovely symbols. But how do things make sense? It's a good question. That is a very good question, even though, yes, they drive us crazy. Here's an example, is changing things up. And this is a famous phrase, but look how you could do it. To be or not to be. Okay, we've all know that saying, but look how it is completed right below. To be, boom. That could be one example. Maybe it's taking a letter out and putting a number. That could be an example. Love using phrases. You know, those could be an idea now. Also 4 random words. And I'm a terrible speller. I don't know about you. But in passwords, it doesn't matter if you can spell. It's actually better if you misspell because it's harder to keep track of. Could you put things backwards? Could you spell your name backwards or something? Yeah, that's an idea you could use. What about a line from a song? That would be a great phrase. The first line of a book that you like. You could use a base word and then mix it up. Maybe your base word is sharing, right? Just an example. It could be, maybe it's a couple of foods that you hate. Maybe it's a job that you'd like to have. There's a good example. Hey, maybe it's your neighbor's car. That would be a good one. Or even something like this. Toronto, the true north. Or, hey, you know, in the neighborhoods, there's always these great houses. And maybe it's I want to live on such and such a street. What are some of the ideas you can come up with to create, first of all, and then save. So it's two parts. We got to create them, then we got to save them. What is your system? Put down below, how do you keep track of your passwords? If it's just handwritten, great. Apps, great. I know there's probably some other ones out there that I'm not even think of, so that we can eliminate the blank wall and the blank mind and stop going crazy trying to remember all the passwords. And don't get me started on Zoom passwords and everything. That's for another day. Right now, it's the passwords. Darlene Smith, sharing is caring. Put down below what system you use to keep track of your passwords.